All right, so I have with me the LCD S20. This is one of their newest close-back headphones over here. I think it's made a bit more for mixing and mastering. Well, we'll get to that in a bit. But what I will say, the first thing I really noticed when I put this on my head is that this is probably one of the most isolating headphones I've ever tried. I don't know how they do it. Yeah, it really cuts down the noise in the area here. Now, what's interesting is that the cups over here have a bit of this sort of fabricy material on the edge here. Maybe this does something to help absorb some of those excess sound vibrations. I don't know, but it works very, very well. The other thing that's interesting is that this is single entry, but it does have both sides that work for this as well. Now, the other thing is this headband. So this headband allows for 7 different combinations for the adjustments. I'm not the biggest fan of that because it just feels like if you're in between, it's not the best, but whatever. Seven different combinations. It does fit on my head well. It is like a lot of Audeze headphones. It is a bit heavy, but the cam force is good. It does feel snug, and I tilt my head back and forth a bit. It doesn't move that much, so that's fine. In terms of sound, then, for the sound, I would say this is a bit of a down-tilted headphone, so there is definitely a bit more bass to it. This is a close back, like I said, but it doesn't have that big, boomy, excessive bass region or energy. It is pretty nicely controlled. The bass notes are quite good. There is weight, there is impact, there is dynamics, there is a bit of slam there. The bass is pretty good. Like I said, I do wear glasses though, so the glasses do compromise the seal. If I take my glasses off, it does help the seal a little, and then you do get a little bit more sub-bass rumble. But it's not really a super boomy bass sounding headphone. It's just a little bit thicker in that region. Now the mid-range is where I have some issues with. The first time I heard it, I thought it was good, but after hearing it again, what I realized is that it has this sort of issue where I think the best way I can describe it is that if you cup your mouth like this, where some of the upper mid's clarity doesn't really come through, right? So it's not that it sounds thick, it just feels a little cupped. So the mid-range, yeah, on some vocalists, it's not an issue, but on others, you really do hear it, and it really throws off the timbre. The treble is fine. There's just a little bit of crispness, just a bit of sharpness, but to just give it a bit of splash and vividity, but I don't think it really is a treble-focused headphone. Like I said, it's a bit more down-tilted. Now, the other headphone that I tried from Audeze that I did like was this LCD XC. And I would say this is sort of the flip side to the S20, where this headphone is definitely more forward in the upper mids, a bit more upper mids clarity, and definitely more sparkly in the treble, not as warm or thick sounding, but I feel like it maybe can be a little bit much and maybe a little bit missing in that lower mids region.